Why am I not consistent? You have asked yourself this question 100 times, maybe 1,000 times. You have a strategy. You have a system. You have rules. You have read the books. You have watched the videos. You have taken the courses. So why do you keep losing? You are not alone. This is the question every trader asks. Every single one. The beginner asks it. The intermediate trader asks it. Even the experienced trader who has been at it for years asks it. And most never find the answer. They keep searching, keep hoping, keep losing. They blame the market. They blame their broker. They blame bad luck. They blame their strategy. They blame the news. They blame the algorithms. They blame everything except the real reason. But today, I am going to tell you the real reason. The number one reason most traders never get consistent. And it is not what you think. It is not bad strategy. It is not bad luck. It is not the market. It is not your broker. It is not the news. It is not the algorithms. It is not your indicators. It is not your time frame. It is not your trading platform. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is themselves. Their psychology, their discipline, their inability to follow their own rules, their inability to execute consistently when it matters most. You can have the best strategy in the world. You can have a 90% win rate. You can have a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You can have a system that has been backtested for 10 years. And you will still lose money if you cannot follow your rules. Because trading is not about having a good strategy. Trading is about executing that strategy consistently, over and over, through the wins and the losses, through the doubt and the fear, through the boredom and the excitement, through the confidence and the uncertainty. And most traders cannot do that. They cannot execute consistently. They cannot follow their rules when it is hard. They cannot stay disciplined when their emotions are high. That is the number one reason. Not the strategy, not the market, not luck. You, your psychology, your discipline, your execution. And until you accept that, you will never be consistent. Most traders believe that consistency comes from having the perfect strategy. They think that if they just find the right indicator, the right setup, the right system, everything will click. The money will flow. The consistency will come. This is an illusion, a dangerous illusion, a costly illusion, because it keeps you searching for something that does not exist while ignoring the only thing that matters, yourself. Let me prove it to you. Give the same exact strategy to 10 different traders. Give them the same rules, the same entry signals, the same stop-loss placement, the same take-profit level, the same risk management guidelines. Everything identical. What do you think will happen? Will all 10 traders make the same amount of money? No. Will all 10 traders be consistent? No. Will all 10 traders have the same equity curve? Absolutely not. Some will make money. Some will lose money. Some will be consistent. Some will blow up. Some will have smooth equity curves. Some will have roller coasters. Same strategy, different results. Why? Because the strategy is not the difference. The traders are the difference. Their psychology is the difference. Their discipline is the difference. Their ability to follow the rules is the difference. The trader who follows the rules every single time will make money. The trader who breaks the rules when they are scared will lose money. The trader who stays disciplined through losing streaks will be consistent. The trader who gets emotional and revenge trades will blow up. Same strategy, different execution, different results. This is not theory. This is fact. This is what happens every day in every market around the world. This is why the number one reason most traders never get consistent is not their strategy. It is themselves. It is their inability to follow their own rules. It is their inability to execute consistently when it matters most. You can have the worst strategy in the world. You can have a 30% win rate. You can have a negative expectancy, and you will still lose money. But you will lose money slowly, in a predictable way, in a way that you can measure and understand. The problem is not that you lose. Every trader loses. The problem is that you lose unpredictably. One day you follow your rules. The next day you do not. One trade you manage your risk perfectly. The next trade you gamble your whole account. One week you are disciplined. The next week you are a mess. That is inconsistency. That is the number one reason. And it has nothing to do with your strategy. It has everything to do with you. Let me describe the inconsistency trap. I have seen this pattern in hundreds of traders, thousands of traders. See if it sounds familiar. See if you recognize yourself. You start the week with good intentions. Monday morning, fresh start. You are going to follow your rules. You are going to manage your risk. You are going to be disciplined. You are going to be consistent. This is the week everything changes. Monday goes well. You follow your rules. You make a small profit. You feel good. You feel hopeful. You think maybe this time it will be different. Tuesday goes well. You follow your rules again. Another small profit. You feel even better. You start to think you have figured it out. You start to feel confident. Maybe a little too confident. Wednesday, you see a trade. It is not your setup. It does not fit your rules. But it looks good. It looks like it is about to move. You take it anyway. Just this once. One exception. It wins. You feel invincible. You feel like you have special powers. Thursday, you see another non-setup trade. You take it again. This time it loses. You feel angry. You feel frustrated. You feel like the market owes you. You take another trade to get your money back. It loses again. You are now down for the week. Your confidence is gone. Friday, you are frustrated. You are angry. You are desperate. You take a huge position, way bigger than your normal size. You are trying to get it all back in one trade. It goes against you. You hold. You hope. You pray. You lose even more. You end the week down big. The week ends. You have lost money. You do not know why. You blame the market. You blame your strategy. You blame bad luck. You blame your broker. You blame everything except yourself. But the market did not make you take that trade on Wednesday. You did. The market did not make you revenge trade on Thursday. You did. The market did not make you hold that loser on Friday. You did. The inconsistency trap is not caused by the market. It is caused by you, by your inability to follow your rules every single time. Not most of the time. Not when it feels good. Not when you are confident. Every single time. No exceptions. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is that they are consistent only when it is easy. They follow their rules when they are winning. They break their rules when they are losing. They are disciplined when they are calm. They are reckless when they are emotional. And that is not consistency. That is randomness. And randomness does not make money. Randomness blows up accounts. Randomness destroys careers. Randomness is the enemy of consistency. So what does consistency actually look like? Most traders have no idea. They think consistency means having a steady upward equity curve. But that is the result of consistency, not the definition, not the cause, the effect. Consistency is not about your results. Consistency is about your behavior. It is about your actions. It is about following your rules every single time. Not because the trade works. Not because you feel like it. Because the rule is the rule. Period. Let me give you a concrete example. A consistent trader has a rule. I will risk exactly 1% of my account on every single trade. No more. No less. They follow this rule even when they are confident. Even when they are on a 10-trade winning streak. Even when they feel invincible. Even when they want to size up. An inconsistent trader also has a rule. I will risk 1% of my account on every trade. But they only follow it when they are afraid. When they are confident, they risk 5%. When they are on a winning streak, they risk 10%. When they are losing, they risk 2% to try to get it back slowly. When they are desperate, they risk 50%. Same rule, different execution. One is consistent. One is not. One will succeed. One will fail. The consistent trader will have a smooth equity curve. Small wins. Small losses. Slow but steady growth. The inconsistent trader will have a roller coaster. Big wins. Huge losses. Up one day, down the next. No progress. Same strategy. Different behavior. Different results. This is not complicated, but it is hard. Consistency is boring. It is repetitive. It is doing the same thing over and over, even when you do not want to. Even when you are bored. Even when you are excited. Even when you are scared. Even when you are angry. Even when you are desperate. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is that they cannot handle the boredom. They cannot handle the repetition. They need excitement. They need action. They need the thrill of the big win. They need the adrenaline. And the market provides that thrill. The market gives you excitement. The market gives you action. The market gives you the feeling of being alive. The market gives you dopamine. But that excitement comes at a cost. A huge cost. It costs you your consistency. It costs you your discipline. It costs you your rules. It costs you your money. It costs you your trading career. Let me tell you about the cost of inconsistency. It is not just the money you lose on bad trades. That is obvious. That is visible. That hurts. But the real cost is deeper. Much deeper. Every time you break your rules, you are training your brain to be inconsistent. Every time you take a non-setup trade, you are reinforcing the habit of randomness. Every time you revenge trade, you are wiring your brain for failure. Every time you chase a loss, you are programming yourself to lose. Inconsistency is a habit, a bad habit, a destructive habit, a self-reinforcing habit. And like any habit, it gets stronger the more you practice it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more automatic it becomes. The trader who breaks their rules once a week is training themselves to break their rules. The trader who breaks their rules once a day is training themselves to break their rules even more. The trader who breaks their rules on every trade has no rules at all. And over time, breaking the rules becomes automatic. You do not even think about it. You do not even notice it. You just do it. Because that is what you have practiced. That is what you have trained your brain to do. That is who you have become. The cost of inconsistency is that you are training yourself to lose. Every time you break a rule, you are practicing being a losing trader. Every time you take a non-setup trade, you are practicing being random. Every time you revenge trade, you are practicing being emotional. Every time you chase, you are practicing being desperate. And practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you practice being inconsistent, you will become permanently inconsistent. If you practice breaking your rules, you will become permanently undisciplined. If you practice being emotional, you will become permanently emotional. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is that they practice inconsistency. Every single day, they do not realize it. They think they are just trading. They think they are just having a bad day. They think they are just unlucky. But they are practicing. They are practicing the wrong things. They are practicing losing. They are practicing inconsistency. They are practicing failure. You need to practice consistency. You need to practice following your rules. You need to practice discipline. You need to practice patience. You need to practice emotional control. Not when it is easy, especially when it is hard, because that is when the practice matters most. So how do you become consistent? How do you break the cycle of inconsistency? How do you stop training yourself to lose and start training yourself to win? It is not easy. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes discipline. But it is simple. Here is how. Step 1. Define your rules. Write them down. Every single rule. Entry rules. Exit rules. Risk rules. Position sizing rules. Maximum loss per day. Maximum loss per week. Everything. Do not leave anything ambiguous. Do not leave anything to interpretation. Step 2. Commit to following your rules for a fixed period. 20 trades. 50 trades. 100 trades. Choose a number. Write it down. Tell someone about it. Make a public commitment. Hold yourself accountable. Step 3. Reduce your size dramatically. Trade so small that the outcome does not matter. Trade one share. One micro lot. One penny. So small that you do not care if you win or lose. So small that there is no emotion. The goal is not to make money. The goal is to follow your rules. Period. Step 4. Track your execution. Not your profit. Your execution. After every trade, ask yourself 3 questions. Did I follow my entry rule? Yes or no? Did I follow my exit rule? Yes or no? Did I follow my risk rule? Yes or no? Step 5. Score yourself. After every trade, give yourself a score. 10 out of 10 if you followed every rule perfectly. 0 out of 10 if you broke any rule at all. No partial credit. No excuses. No justification. Just the truth. Step 6. Aim for a perfect score. Not a perfect profit. A perfect score. A week of 10 out of 10. A month of 10 out of 10. A year of 10 out of 10. Make perfect execution your goal, not perfect profits. Step 7. Only after you have mastered execution, only after you have a track record of following your rules perfectly, only then should you start thinking about profit. Not before, because profit without consistency is luck, and luck does not last. This is how you become consistent. Not by finding the perfect strategy, by executing your imperfect strategy perfectly. Every time. No exceptions. No excuses. No shortcuts. Just discipline. Just repetition. Just consistency. Let me leave you with this. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is not their strategy. It is not the market. It is not bad luck. It is not their broker. It is not the news. It is not the algorithms. It is themselves. Their psychology. Their discipline. Their inability to follow their own rules. Their inability to execute consistently when it matters most. You can have the best strategy in the world, You can have a 90% win rate. You can have a 10-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You can have a system that has been backtested for 20 years. You will still lose money if you cannot follow your rules. Because trading is not about being right. Trading is not about being smart. Trading is not about having the best indicators. Trading is about being consistent. Consistent in your execution. Consistent in your risk management. Consistent in your discipline. Consistent in your rules. The traders who make money are not the ones who are right most often. They are the ones who follow their rules most often. They are the ones who are consistent when it is hard. They are the ones who stay disciplined when they want to be reckless. The number one reason most traders never get consistent is that they are looking for a secret that does not exist. There is no secret. There is no shortcut. There is no magic indicator. There is no holy grail. There is only discipline. There is only execution. There is only consistency. Stop looking for the perfect strategy. Stop blaming the market. Stop waiting for luck. Stop chasing the next shiny object. Start following your rules. Every trade. No exceptions. That is the only path to consistency. That is the only path to profitability. That is the only path to becoming the trader you want to be. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. Stack another brick. I will see you in the next one.